The Beyond the Fame podcast is sponsored by the historic Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Step into 1865. President Lincoln has been shot and the city is in chaos. As the newest deputy to join the ranks, the investigation is in your hands. Join Detective James McDevitt as you retrace the footsteps of the Lincoln assassination through the streets of downtown D.C. Whether you're a history buff, a true crime enthusiast, or just looking for an entertaining way to get your steps in, there's something for everyone in history on foot. For tickets, visit Fords.org. This month's programming is also brought to you by Catoctin Creek Distillery in Loudoun County, Virginia. Taste Virginia's most awarded whiskey crafted with care, character, and a commitment to excellence. Whether you're a seasoned whiskey lover or just beginning your journey, this is a bottle worth discovering. Available online at www.catoctincreek.com or wherever fine spirits are sold. Must be 21 to drink alcohol. And of course, this podcast would not be possible without our longtime sponsor, the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Upcoming featured entertainment includes Bret Michaels on May 23rd. Details and tickets at HollywoodCasinoCharlestown.com. Must be 21 to enter the casino floor and attend a show. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top artists and entertainers of our time. Emmy winner Gary Sinise returns to co-host the National Memorial Day concert with Joe Mantegna tomorrow on PBS. We spoke for the first time 10 years ago when he co-hosted the event in 2016, capping a busy weekend where his Lieutenant Dan band rocked the GI Film Festival at DC's Howard Theater and performed for the Wounded Vets at Walter Reed. We also discussed the legacy of his Oscar-nominated role as Lieutenant Dan Taylor in Forrest Gump, which won 6 Oscars, including Best Picture.
I'm here with the one and only Gary Sinise, who needs no introduction. We all know and love him from Forrest Gump, from Apollo 13, from, CSI, so much stuff. Thanks so much for joining us, sir.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Sinise is going to be here in town for a bunch of stuff timed with Memorial Day, like you are every year. You're always so great and generous with your time with the troops. It's always a great cause. But first of all, let's start off with the GI Film Fest. It's celebrating its 10th anniversary. Tell us what you're going to do over at Howard Theater.
Well, we have the 10th anniversary opening coming up on Saturday night at the Howard Theater, and I have been involved with the festival going back to the beginning and offered to bring my band, the Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band, to open the festival. So we're going to have a big concert celebration on Saturday at the Howard Theater. You can go to GIFilmFestival.com for tickets. I think there's still some tickets available, but they're going, and we're going to have a great launch to this 10th anniversary season for this great festival.
Tell our listeners, the type of, classic hits you guys are going to be playing at that concert. I know it ranges from, some older artists like the Stevie Wonders and Springsteens to some newer stuff, Band Perry, Zach Brown Band, that kind of stuff. Go into some of the set list.
Oh, it's pretty, it's a pretty wide variety of tunes. I started the band to play for the military years ago, and we've done hundreds of concerts, and I wasn't a songwriter or anything like that. I just wanted to play music and entertain our troops, and so we started putting set lists together that would kind of, where a little something for everybody. Everybody could enjoy it. So there's classic, and there's contemporary, and there's pop, rock, blues, country, Motown, there's swing music. I mean, it's
everything.
Kind of all over the map, and there's everybody has a good time at these concerts. We play so much for the military. The day before, we're at Walter Reed. That's obviously not open to the public.
Sure.
Doing one of my festivals with my foundation, the Gary Sinise Foundation. We put on festivals at our military hospitals.
Oh, cool.
But it's for the men and women who are serving there, who are going through rehabilitation, the staff members and families that are at the hospital. We do these all over the country, and so we'll be there. And then the following night, May 21st, Saturday, we're opening the GI Film Festival. So I hope everybody comes out. Try to get tickets if you can.
Why? I mean, of all the stuff you do, this has to be one of those annual, most rewarding things you've done. More than even the acting or any of that. To be able to go into Walter Reed like that and play just for the guys in sort of a private, closed to the public sort of thing. Just why is that always so special for you?
Well, we've done. I've been going to these hospitals for years. My foundation was just launched in 2011, and
Okay.
Prior to that, I had the band, and we had done a couple of concerts at Walter Reed, at the old Walter Reed, and quite a number of USO shows and different military charities going back to 2003. So when I started my foundation, I wanted to create something where we could kind of go into the hospitals where people are, can be going through rehabilitation for several years. I mean, and their families are there with them, and the staff members are just they're dealing with one wounded service member after another, and it can be kind of a long haul. And so, somebody like me coming in with a band, I have my friend Robert Irvine. He's a celebrity chef. He comes in and cooks food.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've got some great sponsors, and we put up moon bounces and things for the kids, and we just wanted to create a festival atmosphere so that the people at the hospital would be lifted up, and it might help them through the daily grind of going through their rehabilitation. That's just one of the programs at my foundation. Yeah, I've been supporting the GI Film Festival, though, going back 10 years. I remember the first one.
Yeah, did you think it was going to take off? Did you think 10 years running this thing would be still rolling, and picking up steam like it has?
Well, it was hard to tell, but they have, Brandon and Laura, who run it, are very dedicated, and they have built it over the years, a lot of great sponsors have jumped on board, and now if you have a military-themed film, that is a go-to place for your film to be launched. At the second festival, I was executive producer on a documentary that ended up in the festival, and the filmmaker won the award for it.
That's so awesome.
And that helped launch his film around the country. So it's a very, very good festival, and it celebrates the service of our, the men and women who defend us all. And this year I said, this is the 10th anniversary. Let me donate the band and let's launch the festival with a big concert. So we're going to do that at the Howard Theater on Saturday.
Yeah, well, here's to 10 more, more than 10 more years. Hopefully that thing goes on forever. All right, so you got that going on. You got Walter Reed Friday. You got the GI Film Fest Saturday at Howard Theater kickoff. Tell us about the Memorial Day concert on Sunday, and then the parade on Monday, the actual Memorial Day. What will you be doing there? You're co-hosting with Joe again, right?
Yes, I started doing the Memorial Day concert in 2005. Started co-hosting in 2006. I was just a part of it in 2005, and then they asked me to come back and host it with Joe. And I've been doing that ever since. We just wouldn't miss it. It's one of my favorite things to do each year. It's a great way to pay tribute to those who have sacrificed for our country, given their lives. We have great performers every year that are going to be a part of it. Obviously Joe's going to be a part of the concert this year, as always. He's always there, and we just wouldn't miss it. We have the Beach Boys coming this year, Catherine McPhee,
Colin Powell,
Trace Adkins. Trace Adkins is coming back. He's been there before. Esai Morales, who was there last year, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Alfie Bowe will be there. Colin Powell is there every year. So it's and the National Symphony Orchestra, of course. We've just got a great lineup.
Yeah.
It's always a very moving and uplifting way to honor those who have, paid a price for our freedom.
That's what it's all about. And then I know during the parade you also have some heavy hitters too. You got Phil Vassar, John Michael Montgomery, Tony Orlando. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. So we're looking forward to all of these events for sure. I know we're running up against the clock, so let's make this the last one. You're definitely proud of the Lieutenant Dan thing. You know, you've named the band after it, and I'm sure troops come up to you all the time talking about it. What do you think it is about that character that inspires them after all these years? I mean, I'm sure it's dealing with a war handicap. He loses his legs, but even more than that, speaks sort of that transformation that Dan the character goes through of wanting to die in battle like his ancestors and suddenly learning to live again, really, and finding his peace with God.
I think that's the whole story. It's a hopeful story. It's an understandable story where you see the ugliness of war and you get your legs blown off and you're injured. Lieutenant Dan has he feels very guilty for walking his platoon into an ambush and losing his men and that kind of thing. So he's carrying a lot of anguish, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness with him. But ultimately, at the end of that story, he's standing up again. He's a successful businessman. He's married. He's moving on with his life, and that's the story that we want for all our service members coming back from war. And I think maybe that's why that particular character resonates with them so much.
Magic legs. All right, thanks so much, sir. It's an honor, and we're looking forward to all the events, and thanks again for all you do for the troops. We really appreciate it, especially here in D.C.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Hear my other Memorial Day conversations with Gary Sinise in our archives at BeyondTheFamePodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.